The Austin Culture Club presents the Austin Sciatica Project, season
14.
Season 14, episode 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. Oh, so I apologize for that. I'm a little emotional right now. It's been this is for the best. Eraste, powerful. They call it hyper pop. I don't know what that even means.
Let's go.
Just a real quick.
Thank you.
No, thank you. That was fantastic. It was
First
interesting.
ever, right? First ever?
First ever.
Time performing that also.
4 keeps.
Thank you for performing on our
Oh
podcast.
yeah, of course.
There's the name of the
Thank you
song
for
here.
having
For the
me.
best.
I think that's also our first time
For Keeps.
having a live performance on the show too. Even
Oh
though
my
we've had
gosh.
many bands and everything.
Yeah, we've had a lot of bands. We've never. It was honestly that was great, and
Thank you.
it's emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster.
See?
I was
Well,
depressed,
let's
but
hear
everyone
that.
says it's supposed to be happy because it's hyper pop or something. I don't know what it all means. I don't know what it means.
What does it all mean?
I try to ride the line in
Oh my
between
God. It was too good.
emotional lyrics and then you
Yeah,
pick garage
yeah.
break beats. Like, gotta have a balance.
It's an interesting. Obviously, you're making your own music, writing your own music, doing your own music. It's just fantastic. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you. Thank you.
Seeing this little bit of a setup reminded me of like Bieber at the Grammys a little bit.
Yeah,
talk about
absolutely.
When I saw the Grammys, everybody's takeaway was whatever, you know? My
Right.
takeaway was Bieber. Like, I
Of
thought that
course.
was the best
The
thing.
Biebs.
Yeah.
Biebs in
So
the
basically,
trap.
he's had a guitar, pedal, and
Drum machine.
and a laptop, I think.
Yeah.
maybe.
That's it?
That was it.
And looped
And
it.
he looped it, and he sang a song, and he did a little bit of, whatever, real similar to this, with like a laptop and like the vocal thing.
Yeah.
And she obviously brought up getting a pedal, a loop also. And
yeah,
so I was like,
loop pedal.
yeah. I mean, so like I was like, this is real similar kind of
course.
vibe of the. And also when I saw the Biebs do this, I thought it was the best thing I saw at the
I
Grammys,
felt like
and
I was
nobody
watching
talked about
history.
it.
What did he play?
No, I think it was a
Yukon.
brand new song.
Oh,
Wasn't
a
it?
new
Or-
song.
He played Yukon, but
Oh, did he?
on Swag 1, it's format shifted, so the vocal on it is like super high, and
Right.
he sang it like at a regular octave, which was
Yeah, it was like a.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a song he had already done before. I just knew I would have heard it because
Yeah.
it sounded like nothing I ever heard him do before, and I was kind of
Yeah.
like, this is so weird, you know?
Yeah, because he put
I'll have
like
to go back and watch it
the
now.
vocal in without the format shift, which was so cool to hear.
Yeah.
I watched that performance and I agree. Like Grammys take away what you wish, and we can talk
Yeah.
about the efficacy of the Academy. But
But I feel like they got no coverage at all. Like all the coverage is like this or that or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. You know how it goes and stuff. It was like,
broadcast, it's
Yeah.
a lot, and I feel like it's just gotten worse. The Grammys, I guess, but
yeah.
when I watched Justin Bieber, I felt like I was watching history. It's interesting to see him and Lady Gaga in the standard of pop performance compared to, sorry, I don't want to be controversial or anything, but the new artist talent show portion and the scope of it. So
Yeah.
I
it
think,
wasn't so stripped down.
Yeah.
Like he just literally walked up there and just
did
played.
it.
and
played.
he's just so
Yeah, this like
talented.
yeah, and
like
he did it, and you're just like
transfixed.
that was. It was not what you expect. I don't know what I expected of
Yeah.
his performance because they were like Bieber, is going to perform whatever. But
Yeah.
you just thought maybe it'd be like a pop,
Right.
like a normal dance routine. Or,
It's cool to see an artist like be able to go on a like stage like that and perform their music live with just like one, piece of gear and a mic, and like there's not an external DJ helping like
Yeah.
run the audio for the show or anything
Sure.
like that. So
Yeah.
it's,
I don't know. It was definitely.
That's the highlight, huh?
It
Your
also
highlight.
Oh, yeah.
when I first I'm gonna age myself. I'm a little older. When Saint Vincent first came out, like when she first like left Polyphonic Spree and went on her own.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw her, she was on stage like that. It was just her, pedals, a guitar, and a drum machine, and that was it.
That was it.
There
Yeah.
wasn't even a laptop. She just did it like that, and she sang like maybe 6 or 7 songs, and then she cut herself on the guitar strings, and she was bleeding, and then like we were just like,
Just kept playing.
yeah, and then
Blood
we were just
dripping.
kind of like,
And
and then I saw
Metal.
her. The next time I saw
Metal
her, she
as
did the
fuck.
same show, very similar to that, with this like the stripped down show.
Yeah.
But then after that, she got the full band, and it all changed.
Right.
And I always tell people when I first saw her, because her voice is so great, and like what it was just her like just doing that.
Yeah.
A little similar to the Bieber thing. It was like just her, just like hitting some drum, like and creating the loop, and then like just playing guitar.
Yeah.
Because she's like a great guitarist, and it's just
Right.
like one of those things where like I get it. She's a full band. She sells out, arenas, a lot of money, all that stuff. But I feel like, man, when you saw her like that, you realize, holy shit,
The raw version, right?
this is talent. This is what this is.
Yeah.
This is
Did
like.
you even know Tame
Like she
Impala was
literally
a solo
did it
artist?
like that. You know what I mean?
Really?
And then it was just
Yeah.
like, and I get it. You get the full band, more sound.
Yeah,
full
of course.
sound.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
But
different
those
But it was just
intimate
definitely,
moments.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at that time when I first, and it's been like since like 98 or 99 since I first saw her too. So it's been a long time. But that's how she started out.
Wow.
And when I saw
Yeah.
Bieber reminded me of that. And then I see this right now from you, and I saw your videos, and I'm like, and obviously there's a little bit of like Rubele, I guess, kind of does like a little bit, he makes his own music, kind of like
Yeah.
off the back kind of stuff a little bit,
Yeah.
Mark Rubele,
I'm
But
not
it's more of a
familiar.
dance. It's more of a dance
Oh,
music.
damn,
He's
you don't
more
know.
like it's like dance music.
Oh.
He has a
Okay,
lot of
yeah.
like
It's really,
really
like,
viral like
disco-y.
TikToks
Yeah.
and
Oh,
like
that's awesome.
reels
Okay.
and
He kind of
stuff.
just like has like
Yeah.
he kind of same thing, loops and then like a drum machine and some
Right.
other.
Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of like a keyboard, a full keyboard. I
When
think,
you
with a lot of
do
sounds
like
and stuff.
live performances, is this basically like the setup that you would use for it? Like just
I
the
think
vocal,
so.
like processor, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my music is electronic music, but I wrote it on the piano, on the acoustic guitar, so I know the chords, and all of it started there. So when I thought about building out my live show, I have friends that are in bands in the community of music, and I definitely want to bring people on for certain songs,
Yeah,
and like
there's
talk about
definitely,
that in like a greater scope. But I wanted to just start doing sets where it's me, my computer, I can control all the effects, and have the and this is amazing to have the live auto tune, because I feel like the perception of talent and auto tune has shifted dramatically in the
sure.
past.
Oh, for sure.
So I think now with technology evolving, we know that auto tune isn't evil. But
Yeah,
like,
no,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, it's funny
For
because I
sure.
think a lot of people, when T-Pain first came out, a lot
Right.
of people like kind of just like were like, well, he's just the computer thing.
Yeah.
Baby
Yeah.
girl.
But then people didn't realize
What's
that dude
your
could
name?
really,
He can really sing. He can really
Yeah.
sing.
Like
and
he's like incredible.
his
like,
Tiny
live.
Desk was insane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Definitely.
his live show in general is insane. 'cause
Yeah.
Didn't
puts
he
on
do
a
an
full
album of
show.
songs where he like re-recorded the music that he did with autotune
Yeah, this
without
little-
it?
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Like
got
that.
a great voice.
Yeah.
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 But he was just the auto tune. Obviously, it's great for
I think he
dance
was in a
music,
church choir.
you know.
I think that's where he came. His
Oh, wow.
background.
Ooh,
I do love
believe
that
so.
too.
Yeah.
And I feel like
So he's got
He's
got a
far from the
background.
chapel now.
Right. And it's like
that's the
pushing.
old Sly and the Family Stone thing. Sly came up in the church, and like,
Yeah.
that's why he was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
he could play
same.
drums, piano, guitar. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was just
Everything.
like in the
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
we need this. All right, I'm on it.
Yeah,
kinda
that-
like,
that's
his
similar
dad was
to
a
what I
preacher, so he
did.
was just kind of like
Yeah.
fill it in and stuff.
Yeah, I grew up leading worship for like church and,
Okay,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And my I taught myself guitar and piano, and so whenever I was in the church,
That's
it was
crazy
just
too.
like
Self-taught.
I am self-taught producer, songwriter, everything from the ground up. So whenever I talk about building out a show, there's people that I want to bring into it, but I just wanted to. And with this set and what you were mentioning about Justin Bieber, and I watched a performance recently, Aretha Franklin, for the Kennedy
really?
Center,
Okay.
and it was incredible. And she had this gorgeous fur coat. She was coming out. They were honoring the songwriter that wrote. I can't recall it now, but one of her most famous songs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then she just sat down at the piano and started playing. Started
chill.
playing like she's done this a
Belted
million
it out, yeah.
times. Like it's in her living room, and she's just sitting down at the piano. And that was so inspiring to me because, and similar to the Justin Bieber, the intimacy of creating music live with other instruments and stuff, supplementing
Oh,
that.
yeah, for sure.
But like, I really just want to get back to the kid at the piano that when people weren't home,
Yeah.
I was learning scales and stuff. So
Right.
whenever I talk about like a smaller setup, I'm not super familiar with performing. So thank
Yeah.
you for having me on. And
Yeah,
this is kind of the
absolutely.
Yeah, of
genesis
course.
of what I'm going to perform and do shows and different things. But
Yeah.
I think auto-tune now in like electronic music and pop music has people acknowledge its artistic choice
Sure.
of
Yeah.
wanting to tune something. So that's where I'm going for now. But I
keep
just
it going.
I want to like have a show and then talk about it and have everything here, just so I can sit down and like sing the song that I, trying to go back to the root of why I love it and why I do it.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Yeah,
really
thank you. I
creative
appreciate
juices.
it.
Really cool. Yeah, keep it intimate.
Yeah, that's insane that you self-taught yourself too. That's like so great though.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of my career is but entertainment careers are a lot of my career has been pivoting and learning different parts of the industry whenever there wasn't an opening for me in a certain part.
Absolutely.
So when I moved here, I lived in Austin in 2021, and I had an EP out, and I was 21, and then I was trying to go to clubs and say, let me play my EP, which is pop leaning, and it would just be me on the stage and acoustic guitar. I wasn't really interested in doing like acoustic shows, because my stuff is so different. And so in 2021, whenever that happened, I pivoted to songwriting and just like locking in, writing as much as I could. I was like, okay, if performing there's a roadblock there for some reason or another, I'm going to grow in this avenue so that whenever that roadblock becomes open, I'm ready for the next step. Yeah. So I did that with songwriting, and then I wrote for music blogs. So just working with them on going to local shows, reviewing them, and then it's just so amazing to be able to form relationships with other musicians and just be like, hey, I'm a musician. Like, I want to interview you and write you up.
Especially for work, too. Like, it's your job to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice. And then, I mean, granted, the internet also, like, you put your videos out, your, I guess, reels or stories and whatnot. Yeah. Yep. And it's great because, like,
fast
you
track.
See,
oh, yeah.
Like, I know, I guess last month you released one song in January. I guess still February. Yeah, so
it's almost up. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I don't want to start on time right now. I'm having a real tough time with time. It's
same.
Like I was like, March is like everyone's like already South by, and I'm like, can we just calm the F? I can't even.
Valentine's Day just happened.
Right.
I'm still Christmas.
You're still on Christmas.
God
damn.
Yeah. I'm a little, but yeah. So it's like and this is. I think it's great because like it's like a. Like you were performing. I mean, obviously not in like a live, but you're doing a live performance on your computer. You know what I mean? Like in front of your camera. It's like
yeah. And posting TikToks is just nice to record a vocal and then quote unquote perform and then upload that to TikTok and do different covers and things like that. And I've done songwriting where I pick an artist and then I write a song in their style in like an hour.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, it's super fun, and I just like try to enjoy.
Yourself.
I like to challenge myself to write songs in different genres or different I did a Kid Laroi song where I was like, okay, Kid Laroi, do like what would I say if I was him? And I think that in my future, I definitely want to bring songwriting, and that's something that I'm would consider myself an artist first and a songwriter, and then performer comes out of that, which whenever I was learning at the beginning of my career what I wanted it to look like, it was just I had to figure it out and find other people that were at the same level.
Throw it against the wall, see what sticks a little bit.
Oh yeah. And I feel like I learned a lot, but I made minimum progress. But I think I moved to LA and I wasn't playing any shows in LA. And so pretty new on the scene. And so
what year was this?
Last year, 2 years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I guess again, coming to that roadblock, I just worked on writing this EP and finishing that up and having a collection of songs so that when I come back, and I really realized that when you peek behind the curtain, there's nothing that anybody else is doing that you can't do.
That's not right.
Right.
It's different. You just keep putting in the reps and keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How was your time in LA? Was it? It
was not the best, but I didn't get a full scope of the city. I was so poor. I was eating canned corn for dinner.
Damn.
I didn't get to have fun and like go meet people because parking sucks and I'm poor. But I had the thought when I moved there about what my career would want to be, because I felt pretty good about Austin, and then I guess going there and finding out behind the curtain, what are people doing? Is that different than what I'm doing? What is the I guess formula for somebody succeeding?
Right.
That's the thing. I feel like it's always changing.
Of
For
course.
everyone, sometimes it's a little bit of luck, sometimes it's a little bit of hard work. It's just like
it's
it's a little bit of everything.
A little bit of what you know, and
It's
a
hard
little
to
who
tell.
you know.
Or sometimes who, yeah.
who you
Little bit
know,
of both.
absolutely.
But
And-
you got to keep putting in the reps. and
Absolutely.
Keep being in the rooms with people. Keep
Yeah.
talking to
I feel like
people.
LA.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was younger, it always seemed like it was a little daunting, the LA move or doing it.
Yeah.
But now as I've gotten older and I have a lot of more friends in LA,
Yeah.
I think it is doable. You just have to. It's just really about like you.
You got to
I mean,
pick the right part of town. And
Not is
Yeah,
that, but you got to have
absolutely.
like. You got to have a frame of like friends. You got to have like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you got to
for
have a
sure.
crew. Like
Right.
we're doing stuff. I don't know. It's hard to
Yeah.
explain. It's like
No,
you know,
I get you. I get you. I think I would definitely go back with that framework of I know people here and I know a vibe of the city and like
Right.
you have friends there
Yeah.
that can help you out. If I went back, I would do that. Or if I move, I definitely want to stay in Austin for a few years,
Yeah.
or whatever the career takes. But
Sure.
yeah, the road, just the road.
right, and that's imagining the future and like you said, putting in those reps to
Putting in the
where
reps.
it's a when, not an if,
Yeah.
because you've been trying so hard and consistency
Right.
and developing. I don't know. RuPaul. I don't know if RuPaul said this or said it from somebody else, but. She said that you get a lot of breaks in your life. You just have to be ready for them.
Ready for the
and
breaks.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
true.
it's like going there. And if I had my wildest dreams pop off, or like a TikTok song per se, and like we can kind of talk about the virality and how that's diluted what the standard of pop music right now
Right.
because of the internet. But wait, fuck. That pisses me off, so I'm trying to go back. I got mad. Wait, what was I saying?
about the virality of your songs.
Oh, yeah. So I think if I had gone to LA and I'd had that success, I wouldn't have been ready for it.
Right.
And going there, not knowing anybody, I was like processing a breakup. I was kind of dealing with a lot of what I was experiencing here and then experiencing it there. And I learned so much
Who
about
you
myself.
are kind of stuff going
Yeah.
on too. It was
Exactly.
kind of always a tough
Yep.
time to like go out and do because you're kind of like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't know anybody, and it's like, yeah, like figuring out who I was
Figuring it out.
in what I wanted, and then I feel like being younger and having a dream. It's like, okay, this is where we are, and this is a dream, and you just like make steps to get to this grand idea of
Right.
I have a career in music
Right,
or
right.
I'm a performing artist.
Right.
We have a lot of friends who are in music, and I mean, I'll be honest, like to varying success. Like
Yeah.
some have a day job, working,
Yeah.
doing this. Some are actually making money at some level.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some are still at the very bottom. Still just like depending on merch, just trying to
Play shows in a garage.
And they're just doing weird, like rock and roll, hardcore. I mean, country, western. It's just so many.
It's
Trying,
amazing.
trying
Yeah.
different things
Yeah,
out.
and it's different, and everyone's just it's kind of like all you can do is just work on it, and sometimes you can't expect too much. Like you got to be able to like take the lumps also, but
Mm-hmm.
You got to do
you
it
gotta-
for the
you gotta
love
be
of the
ready to,
music,
for that.
man.
Yeah.
High hopes, low expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Just gotta go.
of
Just
course,
keep it moving.
yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
crazy world. Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like in Austin, it's a really special place because people just want to create for the sake of creating.
For creating,
and
exactly.
and just to get not even to get better, just to create, just
Right.
to do
Yeah.
shit. And like
Right.
getting better is a byproduct of creating with people and
got
getting
it.
better.
I mean, there's nothing more. I mean, making your art. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
just doing that. It's nothing more fulfilling than doing something that you want to do.
You
Yeah.
wanna
Instead
do.
of just like yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the disconnect that I was having was there's my career, this is where I'm at. How do I get there? And then peeking behind the curtain, I was like, I am not going to worry about the grandiose and the general idea of I want to be famous, I want success, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm coming here and I'm worried about like, are you getting to do what you want to do? And meeting people that are we creating? What's
Enjoying
getting
it, yeah.
made? What's getting funded?
Yeah.
Like and
Enjoy this too, like
Yeah.
have fun creating.
Yeah.
Enjoy this. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
and I think like having that attitude because in LA people have really random sources of income, so and then
Sure.
they just get to pursue their
Sure.
craft or whatever.
My
There's a lot of
uncle's
there's
an
a lot
oil
of truth to
baron.
that for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, and so like I think coming back here and trying to be creative and then my entire career just trying to be creative on like how can I make not even steps forward but expanding my knowledge and my network so
Right.
that it naturally happens. Like we meet and then we get to talk about what we're passionate about because we've just been.
But to be honest, like I think what you're doing, because I mean, you're not just making music. You're like writing music. You're like producing music. You're doing so much that it's like, this is great because this way, you can do so much.
Yeah, you're not boxing yourself into one thing.
No.
Also, if you need to, like, for
Yeah.
example, like somebody needs help on an album, you can be like, I can help you with studio and this and this. You do so many different things, piano, lyrics, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a big part of what I want my career to be. I want to help people tell their stories. I've already co-written on some people's projects, but it's going in there and coming from the place of a songwriter, and then I want to be able to help people write and play with them, and then like produce for them, and it's just a communal thing aside from an individual project. But learning all of that came out of necessity. I didn't have the money to hire a producer. I didn't have like the beginning of my career.
That's great though.
Yeah.
You're like you're learning as you're going.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do this myself. I think, and you're like, I guess I can do it myself.
grinding and hustling it out.
Well, and like seeing what your potential is and pushing past that and finding passion in audio engineering or production aside from what I grew up like learning instruments and expanding that. And I really appreciate that. I mean, I think about all the time that it spent and all the time that it took, and I get frustrated sometimes because I'm like, if I had the money to hire somebody, maybe I would be here, there, whatever.
Right.
But like I think what makes my project so special, and I really appreciate you saying that, is that I really from the piano and I have this tiny 44 keyboard piano this big that I write all my songs on, and I like go sit in my car, and sometimes it takes like months, sometimes it takes a few weeks, and it's just like then I live and I write all the time. I'm writing constantly, and I think that I found my first producer, or one of the, after I used my stimmy check on my EP. So 2020, I was like, fuck, we're in COVID. Like, I'm going to use my stimmy check, make a 5-song EP.
Absolutely.
And so
we were living, child.
Oh, yeah. That was good. That
I had
was
a baby
weird
tiger
time.
named Stimmy and another one named Pandemic. Oh, my bad. How I miss
that
my
was
baby
a time.
tigers. Oh,
Yeah.
little Pandemic,
Tiger
little
King.
Stimmy. Oh, sorry. I'll start
They're
crying
gone.
again.
Yeah.
2020 was such a weird, interesting year for everyone.
It makes it really makes no sense when you look back at it. It was just like, because you're like, everything was closed and there's nothing to do. But then we were all just kind of like sitting in a room, just like,
all right, we have to create something, make something happen.
I was like, I guess little Pandemic's going to destroy my house.
People like doing like
right?
crazy DIY shows.
Oh, yeah.
We're anti-COVID.
I learned a lot of stuff from those.
So many weird.
Yeah. Like being creative.
What is hyperpop?
Yeah, speak on that for us.
In your definition.
In
of
my
hyperpop.
definition,
'Cause I don't know what it is.
He's an old man.
I think hyperpop was started by trans women. Sophie really popularized it with Charlie XCX. And then she had Vroom Vroom, which had these really... So hyperpop as a definition, I would say very distorted bass, very electronic and quick BPM, and also auto-tune vocals, over the top kind of thing. And then seeing the success of Brat with that.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
lyrics are still kind of moving fast.
Okay.
but they were doing that way before. Even in 2020, she had a hyperpop album that she made in quarantine, and it was just like How I'm Feeling Now, and she made it all then. And I think that we got so many really good projects in that time because of the time everybody's inside.
Do you think she's like the first big hyperpop artist in the genre?
Don't.
Or would you go far back and be like, Travis Scott was kind of auto-tuned?
Yeah, right.
I think that I can't really define who championed it. I know Sophie, the producer, she did a lot with it. And like A.G. Cook and Brat.
See, I don't know about any of I'm teaching. I'm learning.
Yeah,
here.
every day's a learning process.
Yeah.
For
But I think
sure.
I'm familiar with some of these songs, so I feel like I do know what you're talking about, the Vroom Vroom.
It takes all of the really intense parts of pop and turns up the dial of distortion, like pitch, auto-tune, all this stuff, and is like ideally, or from the start, it started as a kind of caricature of what pop is.
Making fun of
like
it.
hyper pop, like there, exactly.
Okay.
And so like 100 gecs at the beginning, like I would say
like
that's
like a tongue in cheek kind of thing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we're making fun of it, but we're also kind of making it, but we're still kind of making fun of it.
Yeah, well, a lot of the songs in like 2010 M83 doing do 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 do, they were like trying to make a pop song to make fun of it, and then they made the best pop song ever.
That's usually how it goes, right? You're trying to make fun of
right.
something, and just it
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, and pop is such.
And then pop started transitioning towards hyper pop,
Yeah.
so now it's like
Right.
almost.
It's like a
Yeah.
subgenre, but I think it is becoming popular in K-pop, and so they are really
yeah, yeah.
adopting the distortion with gnarly and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's just
Okay,
it's
yeah.
interesting to see like where the culture of this genre came from.
Sure.
And I mean, you can even go deeper. So that's why I'm like, I don't
That's
think
awesome. For
sure.
I'm the
Well,
best
thank
person
you
to
for
like.
teaching
But
Yeah.
pop music is I make pop.
our
so
audience.
In summary,
me.
you know.
I see like at least like I see a lot of like pop artists or like even rappers. They'll like collab with people like Danny Brown. His album Stardust. There was a lot of hyper pop produced.
Nice.
tracks
Oh,
on
right.
that.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
like, my favorite hyper
We do
pop
love Danny
artist
Brown.
is probably Fentanyl, and like I can't remember what year I heard them. It was like it's been at least 3 or 4, but I was like, this is just crazy, because like I'll hear like, you know, I don't know, maybe like a Playboy Cardi type Game Boy type sounding beat,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, the hyperpop as a genre sounds like just like a way crazy like mass like departure from that. Take it a lot further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so
Boy, good.
Take it.
Yeah.
That
In
boy
in
good.
terms of like for the best, I adding and so hyper pop and pop music in general and what I do with my co-producer Seven. So I will produce it out and then they're in London and so I send it over and then
London, eh?
they produce a part of it and then send it back. So all
Yeah.
all the
good.
music I've ever made has been remotely. But
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Meet the
mean, that
person over the internet.
over the internet, yeah.
Okay.
really
Nice.
okay.
And
Dope.
and like TikTok, finding a producer
Shout out
and
Seven.
just
Shout out
Sevens,
Seven.
yeah, Sevens. Did a lot of the entirety of my EP. Yeah, and
That's
it's
really
just like
cool.
we met because I released a song and they were just like, "Hey, I remixed your song and I
wow.
thought it sounded really cool." And then they sent it to me and then we were like, "Let's make stuff." So we've been making things together for maybe 4 years now,
Nice.
which is like
That's awesome,
consistent
yeah.
collaboration. Yeah. And so in terms of like the larger than life soundscapes, so adding a ton of counter melodies, synths,
Sure.
and I use my piano background to really express the emotion of the song in terms of the arrangement
Yes.
and then turn the distortion up as fuck and then just like kind of overwhelm with it. But I think with my music it really builds, and so the soundscape mimics like the subject matter. So I come out with really emotional songs because it's like these are all really personal to me. Everything I
Sure.
say actually happened, like,
Right,
and it's
right.
unfortunate.
It's all authentic. You gotta have
That's
authentic.
great, though. I mean, yeah,
Nothing
Tell
fake
us a
around
little
here.
bit.
I wasn't crying. I was leave me alone. The emotions.
Right? Cry in your car. Yeah.
Man, that's yeah.
Can you
Love
tell us
it.
a little bit more about like how you came up with the track?
Yeah. Usually my songs start from one sentence or one idea, and then I try to boil it down to what is this emotion that I'm feeling? Why is there friction here? Because I'm not very good at communicating my emotions whenever in the moment, and
Sure.
that's why as a writer, like songwriter, I can't tell you in the moment how I'm feeling.
No, for sure.
And then
I
like
think Julian's still in therapy. Yes.
yeah, oh right. Oh my
No, I'm
gosh.
out of
Shout out
therapy.
Danica, my therapist. Shout out Danica.
I'm not in therapy.
No.
Right?
I got
trying to go
broke,
back,
man.
though.
So I was kind of
Yeah,
like,
it sucks,
I
right?
go to St. Edward's free therapy.
I won't talk about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shout out to
Integral
St.
care,
Ed's.
too. Integral care if you need meds.
Is it free?
Free for Austin residents.
I didn't know. that.
Hey,
Yeah. I was
going
get
to
back
the,
in.
Integral care.
I forgot what I was going to. It's like some sort of like Austin. Zach told me about it. So I was going to these people and they do a pay scale thing.
A pay scale, yeah.
But my
Yeah,
therapist,
I could pay $5.
she was like, I'm pregnant, so I'm going to take a few months off. And I didn't want to start all over because you don't know when you tell your tale.
yeah, you don't want to start over with a
Same,
new
yeah.
person.
You don't want to like,
yeah.
now I got to tell a whole other person.
Right,
the
let's go back to
tale.
the beginning,
And
like-
I'm just like,
Right,
and
yeah.
I'm not even sure I'm going to edit the tale because it's just a
Sure.
long tale. I'm like,
And you're like,
Right.
this
You wanna
is-
keep
this
the
isn't
story
really-
going.
Yeah.
Keep the
St.
story
Ed's, it's
going.
like a new therapist every semester. So instead, I realized that I was like,
That's my
so
problem. Is like, I don't mind having
instead of-
it. When I had to get in you, when I was kind of like, you know what? I
I
think I'm just going to
realized
sit
I
it
had
out
to-
for a little
Right.
bit. I mean, I'll go back one day, but right
I
now.
didn't
Of course,
want to have
yeah.
to repeat. So what I did instead
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
was,
about.
like, I told him at the beginning of each new person, I would just like be like, all right, I just kind of want to focus on what I have going on
Right now. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then if they have a question or something pops up, I'll be like, all right, let me tell you, this is about my family. Because then you'll understand.
Go read my notes.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
always tell my
last
therapist, like
doctor
every
tip.
time, like, look, 85% of my worries are money, and I hate that. And the reality is, I wish it wasn't true. I
And
wish I
they're
didn't
like,
have to worry. I wish
same.
I could worry about just like family.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I
Yeah.
got money problems, man. It's like
Of
life in
course.
this town.
Yeah. Therapy's hard.
We're
And
going to Mandola's. Oh, sorry.
wait, sorry.
I was making fun of myself earlier today because
Real.
it was payday, and I was like, ooh. Going to Mandola's tonight. We going to. I was like, Mandola's
Is
not
that
even
a
that
restaurant?
fancy. Yeah, it's not even that fancy.
That's a good Italian
Yeah,
restaurant.
yes,
though.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Go to Patrizi's at the
I got beef with Patrizzi's right
What's
now.
your beef with? I'm sorry.
I
Off
haven't had
topic.
it, so this is.
I love
You're gonna
Patrizzi's.
sway me
It is
on
great.
whether or not I go.
But they got rid of the Italian sausage, like off the menu.
How does Italian restaurant
Is it
get
just
rid of
regular
Italian
sausage
sausage?
now?
No, they don't even have it. It's like
still
they got
got, like,
chicken and they got
carbonara.
like meatball.
Right.
Chicken, meatball.
You
Chicken.
can get carbonara.
I like getting the pesto with the Italian sausage.
You gotta
Now I
switch it
So
up
got-
yeah,
sometimes.
personal beef.
So now I'm
yeah.
just like sitting there eating the pesto like a savage without my Italian sausage.
Yeah, because
So
what
I'm
else are you gonna
Mandola's.
put on
You can
it?
still
yeah.
get it,
It's
though.
like real basic Italian, but I don't
Yeah.
care.
No,
Treat
but Mandola's is
yourself.
good.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on payday.
Sorry about that.
Those
Sorry for off topic.
those treats
Yeah.
keep you going.
I go
So
crazy.
Back to
on-
you.
if I try Patrizi's,
Yeah.
Patrizi's.
It's right there on Maynard, right?
Patrizi's.
It's not even that far from
Maynard.
here.
Oh yeah, I live
It's
over
at the
here.
It's over
Vortex.
by the Vortex Theater.
Oh yep.
It's
Yep.
It's like
backyard.
Butterfly Bar,
Yeah,
Vortex,
Maynard,
and Patrizzi's are all in
yeah.
the same
All
like,
right, we'll go there
shopping
after
center,
this.
I guess. Not even
we can
shopping
ride
center.
the bus. Yeah.
And it's great because it's like they roll the pasta.
Oh, this
Ooh,
real.
do they
real
have a cheese
authentic?
wheel or no?
No. It's just it's like
Well,
a
then I
food
won't be
trailer.
in.
You know what?
Yeah.
That cheese wheel shit's fucking badass, and I hated it, but then I went and I did it one time, and I was like, you know what, this
It
is
looks
better
so
than life.
good.
Changed
It's
your
so
life,
good.
huh?
Yeah.
Change your life.
But
That's
yeah,
what I'm afraid
make
of.
it's all they make the pasta, they roll it and they
nothing
cut
like
it,
handmade
you know,
pasta.
Handmade pasta. I know
Yeah.
it's so good. I do like Patrizzi's a lot. I'm not saying, but I wish the Italian sausage was.
Tracy put the
We should shout them out.
yeah,
see
put
if,
the
see if they'll do
Italian
it.
sausage back.
Hook it up. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Right? Sponsor us.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Half of living in Austin
Yes.
is arguing about restaurants with your friends.
No, yeah.
No, for sure.
Where do you
And
want to
the
eat
best
at? I don't
spots.
know. Where do you want to eat? I don't know. I'm gonna go here.
I want a burger. No, I want pizza. No,
Yeah.
I want this.
It's
We're like,
arguing for
let's
hours,
go out
and then we never
somewhere.
go because we're just like arguing the whole time. Like,
Oh my gosh, yes. And then it's like, let's go somewhere we've never been, and then we argue about all of it, and then
Yeah.
we just go to the same place we always go.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
go somewhere too
We're just
nice.
going to
which
pizza
is like
areas.
come
All right,
for like
let's
I'm
go.
broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just no, literally. We describe the place we want to go, and it's like the dive bar we always go to.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Exactly. Same.
Austin
same,
is
yeah.
hard. It's. I mean,
sure.
It's hilariously funny, but it's not funny. But it's like,
um,
I'm hungry, but I don't know. I want something.
Question:
Oh, yeah,
Where's
yeah.
your favorite place to write?
oh god. I would just say my car, but again, it's like lack of necessity. I bought this baby toy piano because we just coincidentally had like a standing piano in my childhood home. My parents were not interested in music. So everything that
Wow.
I learned, I was just at the piano, and we had a desktop computer, so I'd go to the computer and I'd be like, okay, this is a C chord. And then I'd walk back across the kitchen to the piano and play the C chord, and then I just learned to like my ears and
Just started
and then,
making music out
and
of
then I
nothing,
started
yeah.
making music. Yeah, and it was so amazing for me, but it's always been very personal and intimate because
Sure.
I didn't have those outside influences, which
Right.
has its pros and cons.
It molds you to
Yeah.
be a better person for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I think so.
and I think that intimacy, and I didn't get. It's really cool whenever my friends say they listen to dad rock because their dad always listened to dad rock, and then
Sure.
she's belting Nickelback in the kitchen
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff like that. So it's like if I had had those influences, my music would be different. But I grew up in a tiny rural town, 3,000 people.
Wow.
It was us and our thoughts. And
Are you from Texas?
I'm from Texas, yeah.
What town?
It's about an hour from the Oklahoma border. So it's like Plains, north of Amarillo.
Oh, you're like real.
Real.
Panhandle lifestyle up there, yeah.
It's flat. There's nothing out there. So everything that you want to do, there's a lot of time, right? So
Yeah.
it was very solitary, and then, I didn't have a piano when I moved out of my childhood home. So I just bought that toy piano, and usually in the car, I'll be like driving or whatever, or I'll pull over because I have an idea, and then I have the toy piano in the back, so I pull it out and just like record it, and then kind of get a general idea on the acoustic guitar or whatever, and then start making the
you build it from there.
production. Yeah,
Sure.
but I mean, For the Best was kind of a interesting case because that song took probably two months to write, because starting with the line like, it's 3 a.m. I'm coming home to an empty bed. I had just gone out. I wasn't dating then because I was chased out of Austin with pitchforks, and that's why I left, because I dated too many people, but we don't have to start there. So when I went to
Story for
LA, I
another
was
day.
being really careful, and the first date that I went on, they were just there to make their ex jealous, and like I was like, okay, I'm gonna open my heart again after a break, like a really devastating breakup,
Yeah.
and then I turn around and y'all are making out, and I'm like, oh. So then I left, and I come home after opening my heart up, per se, and then just starting like 3 a.m. coming home to an empty bed, another night wishing I was better than I am. And I think that starting with the like kind of just a couplet of like what is the core of the song. I did similar with my song Habits. That was kind of the first song that got me into publishing, and so like signed to a publisher. And it was just like, I heard someone call your name and I almost turned my head, but I know you would never be caught dead in a place like this. So starting with just like one sentence of, this is where we're at, this is the story, and then we're building that out of the details that I give. Like in the second verse, another couple I see cross the street holding hands. It was Valentine's Day of that year, and it was raining. I was struggling.
Valentine's.
I was so lonely.
Aren't we all on Valentine's?
Yeah.
I'll start crying again.
It
I
was,
can feel that.
It was picturesque. It was romantic, and
Of
this
course.
couple just holds hands, and they're like running across in slow motion. And I was like, "Fuck you, dude! Actually,
you're like,
fuck
"God
you
damn it,
guys."
dude.
No, literally. And I was at work, my coffee shop job, like sweeping, and I was just
So,
like,
so you like
yeah.
kind of writing the music as you go along, or are you kind of like just filling out the lyrics first? Or?
Yeah, I try to
Little bit
get
of both?
a chord progression that I'm comfortable with. And then with this song, it started as a ballad. So I was just playing, and I didn't have a MIDI at the time. So a lot of the piano was like on the keyboard of
Keys,
type piano. So this is like, but
Been
then
there,
I got a MIDI. Yeah. And so it's
Yeah.
like, I find a progression that I like, and then I start building out the demo, and then I'll do like the chorus for sure, and I'll spend a lot of time on the central idea of like, what the fuck am I feeling? Because whenever I write these sentences, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm feeling.
Right.
I'm writing music to figure it out. Yeah, and
Yep.
so it's like it starts with that initial, heartbreak or confusion, and then as I work it out and work through the process, I see what the emotion actually is, or what I want to talk about, or what's really weighing on me to write about. So that song took a minute, and then I just would write in my car. I had 2 roommates, so I didn't have a piano, and take the baby one right in the car.
Well, that is sometimes it's hard when you have roommates because they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, I'm trying to.
I'm in my
just-
zone.
Right,
I'm in my element.
yeah.
Leave me alone. I don't
Right.
want
And
to
it's not like they're trying to be rude or anything, where they're just like, "Oh, what's going on? You want to watch
Right.
TV?" You're like, okay.
Yeah.
That's that whole thing,
Trying
Yeah.
to lock in for the moment. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, and I definitely tell my friends that, like, I'm writing all day today. Do not talk to me. I will be on rhymezone.com all day long, thesaurus.com.
That's
and
great.
I'm just like, I'm trying to flesh this out, and then sometimes it's like ideas from the past, and then it just fits perfectly into what you're
Sure.
making. And so it is a very personal, like, practice, but I try to warn my friends, like, whenever I'm
Yeah.
writing,
No,
and
that's
then
good.
if we go out after, I'm like, okay, I'm a little sad, but like take some time to get out of it. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of a struggle with artists in general, like being so invested and emotional with your art, and then kind of learning how to put a barrier on that and treat it as music, as a
Yeah.
song that's releasing and that I do have attachment to, but I have to let it be, kind of thing.
Yep.
And so I think as an artist, I learned a lot about that in LA. Like, I felt so attached to the idea of being a musician. So to be a musician, I play shows. If I wasn't playing a show, then in my head I wasn't a musician. But then I
Right.
started writing, and it was something that Lucy Dacus said, probably quoted from somebody else, but you wear the costume before it becomes the clothes.
Absolutely.
And so, like, every single day.
Exactly.
Right. And so, like, when I heard that, and every single day working towards something, like if I wrote a couplet and the song was ass, close it, do it, try again tomorrow.
Right.
And like working towards that. And then recently with all this stuff, I just looked up and I was like, it's become the close. Like I get to do cool shit about music. I get to write with people every day. I get to like help people write their songs and write my own songs.
Yeah,
so
fantastic.
I was just like, if I'm a musician, because I am, regardless of whether or not I release, I would still play. And trying to talk about it as an identity of who you are, regardless of the product, because the music will be there regardless.
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of like if you believe, then it happens, but you have to believe that it will happen for it to happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's
For sure.
But just baby
this is
steps,
great.
building
I
blocks.
agree with all this. This is what we need. Is this? I mean, you gotta be positive. You just gotta just go for it.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
Life's short. I don't
it's-
get started doing all that.
yeah, it was never a question in my head what I wanted, and how passionate I was about it, and how easily it came. I mean, obviously work, but now and after years and years and years of that work, it's just like, I didn't have the connections. I went to LA. What the fuck can I do? Sitting on my hands kind of thing. Well, I can get better. Like, that's really the only thing that you can do.
It's more of the how.
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
What can I do to fill in the gap, do the next
Framework,
step?
man. It's so
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do I
Yeah.
talk
Man,
to?
you gotta get all
you
that
know?
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so confusing. And I think that with TikTok and like social media and what it means to be a successful artist has changed a lot. Like, there's people that have different expectations. Like, they want to play local shows all the time. That's incredible. Like, you want to write full time. That's amazing. Like, the metrics for success have gone down tremendously in terms of streaming.
How's when people comment? Is it pretty much all positive, or is it some weirdo
Towards my
your music in general, or your videos? I guess on just stick this in general. Like,
I think that
I feel like usually when you're a musician, people are usually kind of not as mean. I don't know. The world's so crazy on the internet. You just don't know.
Yeah, or you just don't read the comments if it's online.
yeah.
If it's in person, you can't really.
I feel like
avoid
everyone's kind
that.
of positive about your music. I don't know. Something is hard to tell.
I
would
hope
hope.
so.
We would hope,
I
yeah.
hope so. But I think like the bigger part is that your fans are out there. Everybody has different taste, and so if I approach somebody that only listens to country, and which I love country, like growing up in Texas, like the songwriting that definitely influences. But then I play my hyperpop song. I can't take it personal if it's not their jam.
Yeah, everyone's got their
It's
own.
not for
Right?
everybody.
Yeah. So I
know?
think when I really changed the perspective of like, if you like this, then you like me, and then my project is successful, to my fans are out there and they will find it.
Yeah.
And I think like starting from scratch, because I haven't performed. I've released songs, I've written, and I didn't really have the places to perform in LA. And then I came back, and I've just been trying to build it out to release something. But I lost my train of thought. Wait, what was I saying?
I mean, it seems like you're getting ready to play.
Oh,
Yeah, you're ready.
It
Yeah,
seems like,
Well, I think like building blocks and doing one thing that I can do, and like really breaking it down into smaller things, because I don't have the money to put behind a project.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'm gonna make the music regardless. So I think I was really hung up on the professional quality of it per se. But then moving past that, I was like, well, fuck it, literally. Like, I'm just gonna release this music.
Sometimes
that
it
is a
sounds
part
better
of me.
rougher. It's
No,
like
for
it's got
sure.
more of the
Absolutely.
feel. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't want to. But yeah, this little rawness is sometimes like it's just like this. Hearing that song earlier, I was like, "This is great." These
Yeah.
lyrics are fantastic.
Thank
Yeah,
you
just
so
put it
much.
out. Someone will get to it.
Yeah, so I'm just really hoping that I mean, people resonate with my music in terms of lyrics, which I really love, and it's had a good response. But I'm trying to like build to get more people to know about it. So
Yeah,
I
sure.
guess I don't know yet, but I am really
One
grateful
foot after
that
the
One
next
foot.
foot.
yeah,
just keep-
and I'm
keep
really
going
trying,
forward, yeah.
practice and getting there eventually. But yeah, I guess it's like when you don't have the resources, you have to be creative.
Got it.
So you've been back in
yeah.
Austin for 2 years?
About a
now?
year, yeah, about a year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. I'm doing a lot of things locally.
You still have a lot of friends here from the last time
Yeah,
you were in
yeah,
town?
it was really nice to come back and everybody come out for an event, and people in Austin want to come out.
For
They
sure.
want to go out.
Do
they
you
want
have friends from
Yeah.
your old hometown that live here in Austin also?
I have
Not really.
few, but we have some creative differences from people from my hometown, if you can imagine.
Yeah.
So
Like Texas Tech people probably or something.
oh yeah,
That's like Red
I
Raiders,
guess.
yeah.
No, yeah, I guess I really left and tried to cut ties with everybody because
I get that too. I did say
Yeah.
I'm from a small town, so I kind of
yeah,
I know how. I mean, I love them. I love them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also they have their ways.
They have their ways, and then you want to
Like, I
grow.
love them. Yep.
You came here to grow,
and it's
and
great.
do
They're
something
there.
new.
They love me, but
Yeah.
we also know that they walk.
Yeah, it's a mutual
whatever.
love,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then you came here, bigger
They're just,
city,
you
to
know,
do
they
different
kind of do
things.
things a little different. You
Yeah.
know, we'll say
yeah.
that. We'll say
well,
that. much.
I mean, I will say the reason why I did drop per se these people that I went to preschool with, and that's a lot of grief that I write about, but their stance on issues, even when I was 18, of racism, homophobia, what have you, of small
Well,
town
you-
Texas.
It's a different world for sure. Back
Yeah,
home.
yeah, and growing up in that environment and knowing that I wanted my space of music to be a space for everybody.
Sure.
So how would somebody feel down the line if they're my fan and then I'm friends with these people that believe something differently
Trust
than
me,
I do?
I get this.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
from South Texas, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I got all these Trump Mexicans that I grew up with,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know what to do with these fools. Like,
Yeah.
Stuck in a box.
But I also know that they're
Ruben.
not gonna. These idiots. I mean, they haven't changed.
Yeah,
Right.
They didn't
I mean,
change
and
then.
And they're not,
don't.
they're not
And they
open
don't.
to change. That's
Yeah.
the thing. They're
Yeah,
not
they
open.
don't. They just. And like I said, I love them for who they are.
Right.
But they're also I don't see them, so it's great. You know?
Yeah. yeah, and that's
It's
kind of my
always great.
attitude. Like moving out, I was just like, small town. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna make
Yeah.
friendships where they value the same things that I value.
Absolutely.
And it was kind of just like it was a long process. It was
Yeah.
a long, grueling process of letting those people go that I spent all this
but
time
trust me,
with.
yeah, it's
but
not
it's like
easy.
if you love somebody and it doesn't align, then there's not really anything I
not
can
really
Maybe
do.
one
there,
day they'll
right.
grow up too. Who
So
knows?
all I can
Prayers,
do, is just like create a good environment for people that are potentially in the future, but also I just care about that.
Yeah.
And small town Texas. I mean, they don't change their minds, and they're very stubborn.
Well,
and
they don't have to because that's
No.
what it's always been.
That's
Yeah.
why they stay there.
I mean, my
Yeah.
parents have been in their town for 40 years. Like they went to high school there. They stayed there.
That's how my mom. They're never leaving.
No,
They don't
Yeah.
want to. Then I mean, I get it. This is. I mean, I'm not.
It's their
This is the
prerogative
way.
for sure.
The
This
big
is the
city's
way,
not for
yeah.
everybody, Ruben.
Oh, I know. And I mean,
Yeah.
and that's like I said. I love my family. They're
Yeah,
great
for
people.
sure.
But just
Yeah. Yeah.
so troublesome at times.
Texas, well, yeah, I think Texas is a pretty interesting hodgepodge of like
yeah.
community values, which I really appreciated like growing up there and having each other's back. And then balancing that with like we're in a
Supporting
city.
local small business, I get
and-
that. I like that even here in
Yeah.
Austin. I like to support local and
Yeah,
small. You know?
yeah, Austin. I mean, yeah. Texas has a good mix match, but it is kind of hard to pin down of the rural areas are this type of way, and
Right.
the overwhelming majority in cities are a different type of way.
Sure.
So Texas as a whole, I feel like when I told people I was from there in LA, they were like, "Oh, so you're conservative or you're automatically like yeehaw or whatever," and I was just like,
No.
Texas is huge, and
Yeah.
like. I have found so much community and so much love in the cities of Texas. Like the people here are so supportive and so kind.
There's so many open-minded people in
Oh,
Texas.
absolutely.
that
Yes,
don't
of
even-
course.
it's-
That's what I
you'll
was
find
saying.
it.
I
also
was like, what do you
overlooked.
think?
Yeah.
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 And I get it. Like, there's people who are obviously just living the stereotype, but there's also a whole bunch of us that are just out here, just getting by, just living
Yeah.
around.
Just cool people,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course.
Everywhere.
And it doesn't have to be a big to do of these values of do you care about the person next to
Sure.
you? Like in
Sure.
Austin and the cities, that kind of goes without saying that people care about each other, and that's what
Yeah.
I love about the culture of the city. And then I guess it's like LA and Texas are very polarized in terms of like policy.
Sure.
So they thought that like since California is this land, this godless place, which love that, but this godless place
Well,
where
it's also like the
where everybody's
Californians moved to
protected.
Texas because there was a time when it was cheaper to buy a house here.
Yeah.
It was
There's
cheaper
also
to,
that, yeah.
and so they were kind of like
they ruined it.
carpetbaggers.
The mix
of,
Ruined
like,
it showing
value-
up.
yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't like all
Look
that.
at him now.
Now that's
gone.
I'm literally, that's one of my secret fears for the city is this tech bubble might burst. And it's already
for
kind of
sure.
bursting. It's already the cracks are showing.
Yeah.
And right now we're just lying. We're like, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, right.
But is it? But it is.
Yeah.
That's a whole other
People like
topic
us don't
for
have to
a while.
worry other than the rent going up. That's
Yeah.
about it. Everything else,
But
Yeah.
one day it'll go down.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Off topic, but I gotta ask you about you talk to your cat via a pet psychic?
Oh my God, yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
Yep.
I did talk to my cat
Where
via
did you
pet
meet a
psychic.
pet
I was like,
psychic?
did you get them off of like Groupon?
Etsy.
Etsy?
No, because
Don't be badass or
I like
Groupon.
Groupon.
there's so many witches. Like you could get anything. Psychics, witches
Well, what
on
kind of witches?
Etsy.
Get them on.
The
Every
spirituality.
Latina I know is a witch. No offense to my Latina friends out there.
All the Latinas out there, you're all witches.
It's the evil eye my sisters used to say, and we can predict things.
Trust me, I don't want to get started on witchcraft
Yeah.
right now. My family, Lord, these Mexicans are trying to kill
Yeah.
me.
There's so much random lore. That's like
I just never heard of it.
A pet psychic?
Oh, yeah,
I've heard
okay.
of pet,
I'm a puppy and I
pet
would
therapist.
love to talk
A
to
therapist, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's even kind of crazy too, a
I
little
mean,
bit.
your dog might come from the streets and needs a little therapy.
Yeah.
True,
for
Right.
sure.
true.
right.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to ask questions
Was there a past life or?
Yeah. Well, let's get into it because
Okay,
because
my bad.
my cat's name is Cheddar.
Cheddar, shout out Cheddar.
Yes. Oh, he's orange. He's so cute. And I found him randomly on the side of the road in 2020. As we say, pandemic. You could just like acquire
Pandemic.
He
random,
found you.
random
You know
hobbies,
what?
random passions, random animals.
No, he found you.
He did because we would walk around it was a new build of duplexes, just a block, and he would follow us the entire block like he
Cheddar.
was a dog. Yeah, I was like, where are you going? Why are you following us? So he was like you.
Oh, man, orange
Yeah.
cats are like.
They're so friendly.
Yeah, they're very fun, and then they get attacky a little bit.
Oh yeah, he has his
Maybe get
moments.
Little love
electrocuted
bites.
because they're like eating
Little
a
cat love
wire
bites,
or
you know.
something.
All over the place.
So you and Cheddar,
I found him. Yeah,
y'all
so
been together for
we
5,
were
6
together
years.
we've been together for 6 years, but he moved with me. Like I lived in the pandemic in that house, and I moved like out here. He's moved. He knows.
He's seen the best and the worst of you.
Like the worst because from 21
He's seen it
to 24, I was like, he is
Pandemics,
keeping the ship going. Like
Yeah.
he was the
Cheddar.
only thing keeping us going. So I guess last year my partner got me a like an hour with a pet psychic because I kept talking about it. Like I want to talk to Cheddar, like see what he says, whatever. And I saw on TikToks, but I was like, I don't know if I believe, right? But I'm open-minded.
Okay.
Then I talked
So
to
you
this
believe?
girl now because I talked to this woman. I talked to this woman and she is like, okay, so I'm seated against a blank wall and Cheddar, he's like here just in the general area. She got his picture, she got his essence, whatever.
Okay.
So I'm talking to her and I'm asking questions and she's just saying that he has a very sassy personality. So I was just like, I found him when he was like a year old.
Street
And
cat.
no, because I'll get into why this is true. Like what? Because she kind of clocked me for some stuff, and
Oh,
later in the
what?
conversation, I was like, "Oh, so this is real? like,
Wow.
like you're coming from me personally?"
Yeah,
Because
Cheddar was saying he didn't get fed enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Cheddar's hungry now.
scared
You're
of-
like, oh,
Right?
really?
He doesn't want meow mix. He wants that Caesar.
That
He
one
I
wants
was
that
shoe
scared
good
he was gonna
stuff.
say that
He
shit.
wanted another
Yeah,
one.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the cats can say anything, right?
yeah.
They're so sassy. But I had this feeling that we knew each other before. So then, yeah, I just asked him. I asked her to ask him because she just got his essence and his vibe, I guess. And she was like, "Okay, he's approaching me in the spirit realm." I was like, "Okay." Kid, no, I know. We're on FaceTime or like Zoom. So
okay.
like she's feeling his essence via Zoom.
Internet pet
psychics.
psychic.
Yes. Etsy has witches for everything.
Wild.
Shout out Etsy witches. And so then I asked him how old he was because I found him on the street, and he said older than you. And so I was like, oh, okay. So
I don't know my cat ears that well.
Yeah,
I don't want
right.
to get too
The
deep.
same
in
as dog
it.
ears is
Yeah,
every
yeah.
3-5 years. You know?
right. And so I guess what was annoying is like he's being sassy with every answer. And I asked like, what did he feel like we knew each other? What does he feel like his purpose is like emotional support, whatever, because I cry a lot into his fur. And so she was like, yeah, he knows that, and he's the only like cat guy. I have a girl, whatever. But she was like, he knows he's the only man in your life, and he's here to keep you out of trouble. And I was like, right. No, because in that time, I was hitting the clubs. I was doing, like, I was a fucking mess in Austin. The disappointment in his face. That's why I was like,
Cheddar's waiting for you at 3 a.m. at the house.
3 a.m. coming home to Cheddar on the bed.
Cheddar's sitting there, vaping is waiting.
Yeah.
He is tired. He is tired of what I've put
He's tired of
through.
watching Garfield alone.
I know. And he just has this old man attitude towards him. Like, he's just like an older
Cheddar.
guy. So I just feel judgment.
A sharp cheddar.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Sharp
So what did you rate this pet psychic?
No, 10 out of 10 because later in the conversation, again, I'm against
10
a
out of
blank
10.
wall. I'm against a blank wall. She goes, you do something in music.
Oh, what?
I'm against a blank wall and we're on FaceTime and you know nothing about me. And she was like, you do something in music. Like, you have musical whatever. And then she went into like a regression of my life. And she was like, you've had issues with this, and this. And you came from this. And I was like... okay,
just turn it off.
No,
You cut it
literally,
off.
because then she was telling me I had problems, and I was like,
Lady
okay, this is
Cheddar.
about Cheddar.
This is about Cheddar.
Yeah, right?
This
Yeah.
is about Cheddar. It's
Yeah.
a
She's like, you
spirit
can hire
realm.
me for a 2-hour session.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. She was like, okay, we're over the hour. Like, do you want to keep going? And I
No.
was like, well,
No.
you're
I'm trying to get through
you're
Cheddar's
kind
issues.
of giving me
Cheddar's
revelations
issues.
here. So
Yeah.
what do I do with this?
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I was like, okay, maybe she knows what she's talking about because he said all these things. Then after that, she said all these things about me whatever
10
vibe she
out of
got.
10.
Right? I'll look her up. We can bring her
Wow.
on. Bring her on.
Bring her on. Zoom call her now.
To Cheddar after that, like, do you feel like he looked at you and he was like, yo, we're bonded, bitch.
Like this
Oh
is
my
like
God,
this is the
no.
best. This is the best time in you and Cheddar's life right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Shout out to Miss Cleo. Cat Whisperer.
oh my God. Yeah,
What
bring
was
her
her
on. I don't know
name?
what they do.
Oh man,
I don't know. I'll have to ask my partner.
BJ Caesar Milan fool. Don't get me started on that fool.
He did not change his attitude towards me. He was
At all.
he's so
Yeah.
like over it. So I'm
was
sure the
sassy as
conversation
Cheddar's
was
still
annoying
Cheddar,
for
so that's
him.
basically
He was
it.
like, "Why are you summoning me?" Like
Yeah,
I don't
no.
want to
Wow.
talk
He was
to
probably
you.
like, man, I can't believe this. I knew you would do this. at
Cheddar's
some
still
point."
Cheddar.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm on my third
So,
life. You
That's
know?
how cats are. And then I'm like, well, we just had this really spiritual conversation, and now you're just like
Were you
rolling
drinking
around
a
in the
THC
sun.
seltzer while you were talking
No,
to
I
him?
should have been though. I will
You're
say.
interfacing with-
No, yeah. I will say with Cheddar, I did do some shrooms in Zilker Park, which also hit when I was in the
Whoa.
porta potty. So we can talk
Okay.
about that.
All
For the
right.
first time I'm doing them.
Oh, wow.
But then we got home and he looked at me, and I mean, if you've had your experience with psychedelics,
Oh, yeah.
And
you know
Cheddar.
you kind of enter a different realm per se. And so
Yeah.
he looked at me, and I thought he was going to start talking to me. And I was like,
no.
I'm fully in my ego death, and I was like, I don't have time for you to come and like start
Wow.
talking to me
He
He
right
was the one that was going to
If I'm
bring
gonna
you down.
die, I
I
gotta
know.
hear your
He
voice
probably
once.
was. I was freaking out, and he came over, and then he like just like looked in my eyes, and I was like, okay, no,
It becomes like
No.
an reality deity.
Oh my
like,
God.
telling, like, look, this
Poor
is
Cheddar.
You got to accept life and let this flow through you.
Right, I think he could have maybe revealed some secrets of the
Maybe.
Oh,
universe,
yeah.
but at that point in time, I was not ready to receive that.
Sassy,
So
sharp
we'll see.
cheddar.
Maybe I'll
no,
talk
I was
again,
like,
and then
that
we'll talk
sounds
about
like,
it.
Honestly, like a lot of orange tabbies. Like a lot of my friends who have orange tabbies, they're just super sassy.
Yep.
If you like try to play with them a little too much, they'll like bite you. Even though
Yeah.
they want you to play with them,
Yeah.
they're like, dude, figure it out.
Right? Yeah.
little
They
cat-
change their mind
cat,
so
uh,
quickly.
Orange cat.
Cat bites.
Orange
Yeah.
cats are like the best cats, but they also are gonna be the ones that like fall off a shelf. You're like, no,
Yeah,
Don't do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They're very
No.
Get off the
silly,
counter.
like
No.
that.
Yeah.
No coordination.
don't bite that wire. You're gonna
Yeah.
get.
Watch
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna
Stop.
have to interface
Stop.
with my dog here through a medium, because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, try
I'm
it
open
out.
to it. I'm willing to try it.
I
Right?
am not willing to try it.
I have
Because if
3
you-
dogs. I
I'm
can't
afraid
handle
of
it.
the
I won't
dogs.
handle it. I have 3
don't
little
wanna touch-
dogs.
I don't want to touch
No
a
way.
cold hand. And then
It wouldn't even work. Every single dog that sees you barks or wants to bite you, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to sage the
Evil
room.
You know all the
energy.
people that say dogs can tell when people are fucked up? That's me. All right,
It's
that
'cause
dogs
he's got
are
an
always
anxious
trying to
aura
kill
with
me.
dogs.
I don't know why.
You just
He like
need
starts
to...
shaking,
Dogs.
and then the dog starts shaking, and then it's like, what are you?
I
gonna
grew up
do,
in a
dude?
small town where there's no fences and there's no dog laws. So there's like biting you,
yeah.
chasing you your whole life.
Man,
Yep.
that's
So I have
Scary.
literally been afraid of dogs since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like
Same.
in this town, I hate because everyone's like, I don't know why my dog bit you, Ruben. He never does that. And I'm just
Yeah.
Would you get a second cat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have a second cat.
Oh,
And-
like, I get bit all the time.
Oh,
and they always
yeah.
tell me a
Cheddar
little
the
speech
first
about
or the
how
second cat.
My
Cheddar
dog's
was
never
the
done this.
first.
Cheddar's the first.
Did you
Okay.
find the
Yeah.
second one on the street too? You're just like, I'm gonna be a rescuer.
No, no.
Do you name
but
them all cheese?
Yeah, from the shelter. Wait, what?
It's like cheddar, Swiss,
Yeah.
No, oh my God, no.
Little Gouda.
Little Gouda. That's a
I
good
should
name.
have. I should have kept it
Gouda
going. I
name.
think there's a lot of cats named Gouda.
Yeah.
Gudita.
Bring it- Yeah, right. So cute.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry. My
I
bad.
Melody is like,
Melody.
yeah, she's a calico cat, and she is the
Cheddar
one
and
that
Melody.
will. She knocks over every cup of water you have. So like,
God.
you have to have a lid.
Where's that cat
She
therapist?
scratches you when you're sleeping. She meows. She won't let you sleep. Like that kind of vibe
Yes.
with Cheddar and his like calming grandpa
one toe,
energy.
One toe leaves out of the blanket, and they're like
Oh.
And she will
attacking
come
it
for
like
you.
for battle. You're like,
Yeah.
that's my toe. That's,
Yep.
That's me. It's connected to me. Stop it.
Yeah, so we've had our beef. Maybe I'll talk to her and then we'll have our
man.
beef
Yeah.
then.
Oh, there you go.
But Pet Psychics, try it out because like
Okay.
the worst you
Okay.
lose maybe what I don't know
That's
$60
a hell of a gig,
for an
man.
hour.
That's a
and
hell of a
then
gig. $60.
$16?
I don't
Oh man, I'm
remember.
for sure doing
It wasn't- it was-
I'm in the wrong business.
Right,
Oh,
dude,
man.
You
the
said
Etsy
60.
witches hopping on and doing a spell and then hopping like they charge per the spell
Damn.
per spell.
Damn.
Like
There's money
so.
to be made.
There is Etsy. Get
I've
on
been
there. Side
fucking-
hustle.
I've been cursing fools since I was
The whole time.
The whole time.
For free.
for
The
free.
whole
Etsy, I will
time.
curse whoever you ask
Yeah.
for this price.
That's
I'm just sitting in traffic cursing fools like.
Well, as we're getting to
Yeah.
the end,
Oh, sorry, Grandma. It's like that. Yeah.
I rolled out my window. I shout at them. I'm like, you're fucking idiot.
Austin's
wanna-
the city
oh.
of road rage.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but that's true.
absolutely.
Do you want to like give us some of your
End notes.
social
End notes,
media,
yeah.
where to find you,
Yeah,
streaming,
yeah.
Upcoming
Just
projects,
anything,
anything and everything.
Yeah. Thanks for
just
having
your
me.
shout-outs,
Yeah.
I guess.
Of course. Yeah, well, shout out Sevens for producing this with me. For the Best is coming out sometime within the next month-ish.
Sure.
But you can find me
Keep
on
that
any right
posted.
secret drop because it's not done. But my name is Eraste. I'm on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, the works, what have you. ERASTE. I make all pop, hyper pop. Shout out Cage Riot for supporting me, being my distribution, being my label. And then I made everything else. This project's coming out at some point, but I'll be playing shows in between. So wait for
Stay
that.
tuned.
Stay tuned for the
Yeah.
shows. Yeah, it'll be
All right.
awesome.
Thank you very much for
Yeah,
thanks for
thanks for
stopping by.
having me.
Yeah, this is great.
No doubt.
It was a fun
Awesome.
time.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Can we smoke in here?
Can we smoke in here?
Well, I have a joint that I've been sitting on.
That's how we close out.
Right,
closeout.
light it.